You can refine and run more efficient searches by using fields in them. In this example, we're getting events from 3 different source types. We want to limit events returned by looking only at the Linux Secure source type for now. Searching for a field of source type with the value of Linux Secure returns only those events. Field names are case sensitive, while values are not. The operators equal and not equal to can be used with fields of numerical or string values, while greater than or equal to, less than, and less than or equal to operators can be used for fields with numerical values. Fields can also be added to your search by clicking on a value in a fields window. We can see that our mail server host has returned some events. To focus just on our web servers, we can add a not equal operator to a field value pair in our search. As you can see in this search, wildcards can also be used with field searches. We can also use booleans with field value pairs. By removing the is not equal operator and adding a boolean of not, Splunk returns the same results. Here we are nesting search terms in parentheses to return events that are not from mail or www1 hosts. For fields containing an IP address, wildcards are subnet and CIDR aware. It's important to understand the difference between the not equal to field operator and the not boolean. They will not always return the same results. As you can see in these example searches, the number of events returned is wildly different. The top search is only returning events where the status field is not 200, while the bottom search returns all events that do not have a field where status equals 200, meaning that if an event does not have a status field at all, it will be included in the results. As an alternative to chaining together several operators, Splunk can also use an in operator. It's used following a field name, with the values we are wanting to include in our results wrapped in parentheses. The fields command can be used to include or exclude fields from your search. Here, we've piped our previous search into a stats command to create a table that displays a count of events by their status. Since the only field values we're using belong to the status field, we can make our search more efficient by adding a fields command, followed by the field to include in the search. Filtering as early as possible in a search is a best practice, so we place this command before the stats command. The fields command uses a plus or minus operator to specify whether a field should be included or excluded. This command defaults to inclusion, so if no operator is specified, the supplied fields will be included in the search. The rename command can be used to rename fields in your search, to give them more meaningful or user-friendly names. Our column headers of status and count are default labels from our field name and our stats command, but some employees in our organization might not find these labels descriptive enough. We pipe to the rename command and supply the field name with an as clause, followed by the new field label. Since this label is a phrase, we wrap it in quotes. We can rename multiple fields with the same command by separating them with a comma.